Am I the butthole for walking out on dinner when friends ask me to leave? My group of friends made a reservation for dinner at a popular restaurant for 6 people, but when we got to the restaurant, one of my friends, let's call her person A, brought along her boyfriend without advance notice to any of us, hence making the total number of people 7. We all know her boyfriend well and are pretty chill with him, so we thought to ask the restaurant if 7 persons is possible. Unfortunately, the restaurant was unable to accommodate 7 people as our reservation was stated for 6 people. This was also understandable as the restaurant was a popular one and packed during that night, so fair enough. At this point, person A, who is kind of the leader of our friend group, turns to me and says, "Okay, I think you should leave so that we'll have 6 people." I was flabbergasted and shocked when I heard that. My other friends kept silent and no one really spoke, so there was this awkward silence. I almost wanted to propose that perhaps we could have gone to a different restaurant down the street instead that could accommodate 7 people, for example, but I felt a surge of emotions and called her a heartless bitch. My friends all looked at me in horror and person A clearly looked shocked as well. The next day, my friend, let's call her person B, texted me and said that I overreacted and was as a butthole for calling person A bitch in public. I was confused by this as I thought that I wasn't the butthole in this situation. But maybe I was, I'm not sure. Am I the butthole? TLDR, my friends made a dinner reservation for 6 people but 7 showed up. I was told to leave and I called my friend a BH for asking me to leave. Am I the butthole? Edit, someone in the comments raised a valid point. The rest of my friends were couples, aka 3 couples in the group, and I'm the only single person in the group. Person A's boyfriend said he couldn't make it when we made the reservation long ago, but he suddenly showed up at the restaurant last minute. Maybe me being the only single person in the group made me instantly the odd one out. Edit 2 update. This thread is now locked and I wanted to give some sense of closure and update. Thank you to all for your insights and comments. I shared this thread with my friends and they told me off and scolded me actually for sharing this in a public community. However, one of the couples, whom I'm closest to in the group, reached out privately to me over text and told me that they felt bad and apologized for not speaking up. But that's it, I've had enough and will walk away. To emulate the example of Michael Jordan in The Last Dance, I would say, okay, you want to ask me to leave? Okay, fine. No problem. That's all I needed. I took it personal from then on. Edit 3, apparently, the mods unlocked this thread now, I don't know why. To answer some of the common questions that cropped up, how long was the silence? Maybe the other friends were just stunned and didn't know how to react, so that's why they were silent? Answer, I didn't count, but the silence felt like 10 to 15 seconds, I think. There was time for me to look at the rest in horror, but the rest were all looking down at the ground in silence. I concede that I should have given them more time, but honestly I think I instinctively felt like this should be quite obvious for someone to come out and say, hey, wait a minute, and 10 to 15 seconds was more than ample time. I also concede the possibility that the others may be stunned and didn't know what to do, but their subsequent conduct proved otherwise. See person B's conduct or how the group reacted when I showed them the thread, maybe except for the couple who reached out to me. Why is there a leader of the group? Are you guys in high school? Answer, no, we are all in college and met in college. Not childhood friends or anything like that. God forbid that my childhood friends treat me like that, haha, because that would blow my mind. I can't even imagine. As for the leader, what I meant is our group is big and there's always going to be a natural, more dominant, de facto pseudo-leader that takes the initiative, etc., whether it be organizing meetups or touching base with everyone and being the glue of the group, so to speak. Did you walk out or who walked out? Not clear from your post. Answer, apologies for not being clear. Yes, I walked out of the dinner after calling person A BH. Why did you call her a BH? Under no circumstances should it be right to name call. Answer, I agree upon hindsight that it may be over the top. But it was in the heat of the moment and out of character for me. Friends who know me know that I'm usually the studious and quiet type. Maybe I chalk it down to being human and getting emotions get the better of me in the heat of the moment. Why did you not defend yourself or voice your opinion or question why person A is asking me to leave? Answer, I wanted to do that actually, to be honest, but fell short of it. Something inside me, maybe it was whatever shred of self-respect or dignity that I had left, instinctively didn't want me to appear needy and be defensive and argue/beg for a seat at the table. I'd rather just walk away. Not the butthole. You need new friends. Good friends don't ask you to leave, so an unexpected and unannounced +1 can take your place at the table. I know, right? If these were my ex-friends, they would be just that, ex-friends. Shocking that your most supportive people who aren't your family just turned on you like that. They are not your friends, honey. I can't believe someone would do that. It really disgusts me. Seriously. I really have to wonder how much abuse someone must have endured as a child to experience a situation like this, where they are so clearly not the butthole and then turn around and be so unsure if they were the butthole that they have to ask. A lot of these posts are wonderfully ambiguous and create loads of discussion. This one? I absolutely cannot fathom why original poster would think they were the butthole. You're right to wonder. It's usually a result of consistently being gaslighted about your feelings in these situations, and told you're wrong or a butthole for having them/expressing them. As if this entire situation isn't plainly hurtful and eyebrow-raising at best. Good friends also defend you, and probably will walk out with you, when someone tells you to dip out after such a thing happens. If I were one of the other couples, I would have been so shocked it would have taken a minute or two to get my voice, but I hope that I would have stuck up for original poster. The boyfriend is the one that had to go, as he was the last one that was invited. He should have volunteered, as he was a last-minute add-on. What horrible people. Hope there is some karma for them. I don't think they even leak a original poster. This is not how you treat friends. And even if it was a joke, it's not really funny, and it's not something kind to say when op's the only one without a partner there. My friends would never say something like that, not even joking. Sadly, many couples, or I should say the women in couples the men don't care, view the lone female as less than. Of course, they asked her to leave, she didn't have a man with her. Sorry, I have endured this on many an occasion. My favorite was when a woman asked me to give up my table with an ocean view because she needed it since we're a couple. I told her she could have my seat while I have her husband. She stomped off. Ha ha. As a chronic third-wheeler and single entity, this is so true. I don't feel like I need a man to validate my existence, but society often thinks otherwise. Fortunately, my current friends are fine and they would never react the way original posters people did. Sadly, many couples, or I should say the women in couples the men don't care, view the lone female as less than. I 100% agree. I also find that some couples just seem really uncomfortable with hanging around with a single person, which is so odd. I have seen friends groups start to elbow out the single friends once a lot of them are coupled up, even when those single friends were really close friends. During a pandemic, being all happy to have a night out, just to accommodate an unexpected guest, hell yeah, she needs some new friends, because these guys were raised in a barn, not the butthole. Excuse me, Macephalus? I was raised in a barn. I wouldn't treat anyone like this, not even the chickens, and they're as selfish as it gets. You should rethink your wordplay. Up, you deserve better. Find some better friends. Good luck. Not the butthole. I apologize and have no response to this unexpected turn of events. You are forgiven for your minor oversight and are welcome in the barn anytime. You may even explore the hayloft. Wait, are you soliciting a barn Airbnb, or are you hitting on me? In any way, I am intrigued. What happens in the hayloft? Whatever happens there stays there. And that includes your decency. Edit, first time someone awards me anything. I feel special. Edit 2, all bless you guys. Here I am making obscene comments and getting rewarded for it. Username checks out a little too well. You'd have to ask the chickens. This made my day, smiley face. I want to come play in the barn too. Black check mark, raised in a barn, black check mark, has beef with the chickens, black check mark, username has something to do with being on top of mountains, my god, the goats have gotten access to the computers. It's finally happened. I too fear the goat uprising. I do, however, have opposable thumbs. So there's that in my favor. That's probably exactly the kind of thing a goat would say, but I'll buy it. For now. Well said, Foxy, on the day of horning, you shall be granted quarter. I mean, thank you, I am a people. This thread is the best, smiley face. Please find yourself a new friend circle that doesn't chicken out to stand for you, just because one of them is popular. Such horrendous thing when A+1 and witches just swing by unannounced could took your place. This is outrageous. Your friends doesn't value your original poster. You were about to give them another solution, which includes the +1, but your digesting piece of crap of so-called friends didn't even bother to wait for you to speak up to yourself. Get a good friend group, not a herd of sheeps. Not the butthole. Also, feel free to give your so-called friends a piece of your mind. Don't let me guilt trip you. Because this seems like a planned shy tea to exclude you, so they wouldn't be the ones to cut you out. Edit after ops update, they didn't ashamed of publicly humiliated you in a restaurant. I don't think you should be ashamed of standing up to yourself. Never be ashamed of calling out people's BS. Not the butthole. Yeah, the fact that none of your friends thought this was out of line is pretty telling. Also, if they had an integrity, the extra person who showed up should have immediately bounced at the first sign of awkwardness. Your friends are either really immature, or they're dicks. Yes, the guy who said no when they made the reservation but came anyway should have simply bowed out. Or he and his partner could have left. Or the whole group could have gone somewhere else. I bet the restaurant has a bar. They could have gone there as well. I literally can't imagine asking one of my friends to leave. If there isn't room for everyone where it then we're going to another spot that can accommodate everyone. Not the butthole. I feel like the seventh person should bow out in this situation. Exactly. This is some real mean girls BS, especially if person A was the one making the reservation and never following up with the restaurant to add the seventh person, or following up with the reservation maker if they weren't. Then to target the op, nobody else sticking up for them or making alternate plans and then blaming original poster for blowing up? These don't seem like real friends, especially with how it seems like they're sucking up to person A for whatever reason. Very you can't sit with us. And the sad thing is that if they had called the restaurant even just a few hours ahead, it might have been possible to do something, because, while size ups from 6 to 7 are trickier than most, there are usually some tables on the perimeter of the seating area that can accommodate a 6 to 7. Of course they should, but harsh as it is, this is sometimes what happens when you are single and everyone else is in couples. The fifth wheel, or seventh, in this case, gets dumped. The truth is that original poster probably only was invited in the first place because the boyfriend wasn't originally able to come. She was a placeholder to be discarded if the boyfriend managed to make it. They have shown her exactly how little they value her friendship in the most brutal terms, and original poster was not the butthole to react as she did. Time to block the lot of them and find a new bunch of friends to hang out with, ones who will appreciate the original poster. Not easy, I know. But no worse than making friends when starting college or when you move to a new city for work. It will happen. It's also a great chance for original poster to reinvent herself with people with whom she doesn't have history. It's just common last in, first out rules. Not the butthole. Your language was harsh, but honest. I think I would have done the same. If anyone were to leave, it should have been the boyfriend who was not invited. Or you could have just all gone to a different restaurant. Ejecting you from the party was a straight mean girl move. And they did it so fast too. And didn't even open a discussion. Same thoughts, but to be honest, I'll probably throw the B word nevertheless. That friend sucks, and so is the boyfriend for letting this happen, when he's the one ruining the supposed plan. I mean, let's be clear, there are 6 problematic people in this scenario. Person A for inviting her boyfriend and then kicking out the op, and the 5 other people standing around who silently let that happen. The boyfriend doesn't need a special call out. He might not have known that he wasn't included in the original reservation. His failing was saying nothing, same as the other 2 couples. Honestly, throw out the whole friend group. They sound effing awful. Nobody should have to stand for that kind of treatment. Not the butthole. He did know because he said he couldn't make it when A made the reservation. It's written in the op. I'd have done the same, then cut these people off. They aren't friends. Real friends would have moved to another restaurant, or the couple whose boyfriend just decided to then up should have left. What a nasty bunch. They'd be Oz if they ditched their reservation to find another place. 2 reservations exist for a reason, and it's an especially rude move to screw over restaurant staff during a pandemic when they've all been struggling for a year now. Extra boyfriend should have just gone somewhere else to eat/entertain himself and met up elsewhere for drinks later. I mean, if we're bringing up the pandemic, then why were these people all dining out together in the first place? Maybe there's somewhere that isn't as affected. Hell yeah. Excellent question right here. Original poster replies, I love this, thank you for sharing your experience with me. I'll take your advice to heart. I also dumped toxic friend groups a couple of times when I was younger, leaving me with no friends. Worked out amazingly, have loads of great friends and different friend groups now. Valuing myself made other people value me too. You feel so much lighter, right? We were just taking out the trash, lol. I'm so happy for you. I truly hope you do. No one deserves this. I wish you all the happiness. Reply to the friend that message to say you standing up for yourself is out of line is now that I am gone you are the odd on out again. Have fun being persons B, just don't say person A, tail until there aren't enough seats at the table. But I am like that. You might be kinder. Please do. You seem like a nice person and you deserve to have better people in your life. Not the butthole. That's really cold. I'm sorry. They could have at least laughed at her suggestion, but the fact that they were awkward and silent means that they all were heartless and also weak. Friend A is definitely not a friend. Original poster replies, oh, just to clarify, the restaurant had a month's waiting list, so it was a restaurant that we were all eager to try. No one wanted to miss out a seat at the table, so that's why they were all quiet and didn't say anything, I suppose. Then they are losers, if that how little they care about you. That's bullcrap. They could have told A that the boyfriend wasn't invited, you were. The reservations were for the 6 of you and was definitely a cold-hearted bitch, as you said. You deserve better than these people. Original poster. That's not an excuse. Original poster. Your friends care about a dinner than you as a person. And if that's the case, why the person with the boyfriend even thought to bring an extra person to a place with a months-long waiting list? So what? It's just a place to eat. The boyfriend should have excused himself. Any guilting people are throwing your way, you should ask them why they don't throw it the boyfriend's way, since he is the one who created the problem. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.